Right, 25 July 2024. And today I'm going to be giving you my evening update. This update is for us to end the day with some clarity. And today I want to look at what has happened. And this is with regards to the SADC Industrialization Week. And things are falling apart for Mnangagwa. We have been explaining that SADC countries are watching the situation in Zimbabwe, and they are reacting emphatically and in public. So what has happened is that there's been an announcement of the lineup for SADC, and it's very interesting. Almost 11 countries have boycotted the SADC Industrialization Week, which is starting on the 28th. And when we talk of the 28th, we're talking about Sunday. So it's going to run from the 28th to the 2nd. And so if someone is going to be attending, they've already set up their stand and they are ready to exhibit. So currently, only 4 countries have confirmed attendance. And these countries are Madagascar, Botswana, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Those are the only countries that are going to be exhibiting here. Notably, countries like South Africa, Malawi, Tanzania, Angola, all these big countries, they have not participated and they've not put in a stand. And most of the companies that are going to be exhibiting are Zimbabwean companies. This is because of the human rights record and the strange events that are taking place in Zimbabwe. Many people know that Mnangagwa rigged the elections and that there are currently 78 opposition activists that are in jail right now as we speak. And many countries, they respect human rights. They would not attend something in Zimbabwe. That is why you see, Kuti, all the speakers are from SADC and Zimbabwe. This is very, very, from Mnangagwa, very embarrassing. But for us, it is almost a bit of relief to see that other countries are watching what is happening in Zimbabwe and they do not want to participate in Mnangagwa's activities. So I want to take you through who is going to be participating and who is going to be speaking so that you understand what's happening. So first and foremost, Mnangagwa is going to be a speaker. So Mnangagwa is now a speaker at the SADC Industrialization Week. He's going to be the guest of honor, which makes no sense. It's supposed to be someone who is within the industrialization sector. I do not know what is happening with Mnangagwa. He wants to be in everything. General Chiwenga is going to speak here. And then we've got Madagascar attending, but they're not speaking. Then we've got Botswana attending. And then we've got DRC attending. And then we've got a speaker from the Africa Continental Free Trade Area who's going to be here. And then we've got a deputy executive secretary of SADC who's going to be speaking. And then someone from UNIDO who's going to be speaking. So basically, this is the Zimbabwe thing with SADC people from the secretariat who are going to be attending and speaking. But the rest of the countries have boycotted this. So if I show you, this is their banner here. If you look at the bottom, these are all the countries from SADC. So these are 16 countries here. You've got Zambia over here. You've got South Africa over there. You've got Seychelles over there. These countries are not attending. They're not interested in what is happening here at the SADC Industrialization Week. And this is because of what Mnangagwa has done, which is to cause a very big problem in the country, failing to create an atmosphere of dialogue. People are just afraid to participate in this thing because it appears like they're going to be endorsing whatever Mnangagwa is doing. This is the worst hosting that I've ever seen. What Mnangagwa is doing is the worst. And it's said that the things have turned out this way. But that is not all. If you look at Victoria Falls, right? Mnangagwa is going to be in Victoria Falls tomorrow and is going to be attending with Auxilia. Unfortunately, they do not have a venue. And these are the kind of things I'm talking about. They do not have a venue, and they are going to be hosting these things outside. Look at the venue where they're going to be hosting. Let me just remove this banner. This is where they're going to be hosting. This is a low-class ceremony. There's nothing happening here. Look at that. I could easily rent these tents for less than $500 each. So if you've got 100 tents here, that means $5,000 you can host an event like this. You've got a president hosting something outside like this. And this is very embarrassing. I do not know what the Mnangagwa family are doing, but it's terrible. It's very embarrassing. On top of the project not being finished, look at the road that they opened today. And this road is less than 10 meters. They basically opened the roundabout. And this is why you see good things are not moving in Zimbabwe. We've got a serious problem. And the problem is that our economy is stagnated. It's not moving. Nothing is happening. And all the stuff that we're seeing from Mnangagwa is just a matter of gimmicks. Basically, we're being shown gimmicks and Mnangagwa. And I've said to SADC before that they're going to learn why people don't participate in Mnangagwa's things. SADC is going to eventually understand why they must not participate without addressing the problem. The problem in Zimbabwe is that Mnangagwa is oppressing the people, he's stealing elections, and currently he's got 78 people in jail. Those 78 people are sitting in jail for no reason, and they're only going to appear in court after almost 45 days next week for a dragnet arrest where they just took everyone who was in an area and arrested them, and they've got 2 charges. The whole group has got 2 charges, including the baby is being accused of holding a meeting with the intention of causing violence and also being a general nuisance. You keep someone for 45 days for that reason, and you've got a SIOM report that has not been addressed, where 17 out of the 20 criteria of the election were not met by Zimbabwe. And SADC still wants to make Mnangagwa the chairperson of SADC. This is why people are boycotting Zimbabwe. And in terms of the Victoria Falls function, no one from the United Nations is coming here. The only people that are coming is the First Lady of Serbia. And let me see which other First Lady is coming here. This is very embarrassing for Auxilia. So the First Lady of Angola and the First Lady of Serbia, those are the only people that are coming. Zimbabwe is now a laughing stock among all other countries because of the behavior of Mnangagwa, and it's a shame. Mkoma Innocent, you're saying Mnangagwa must step down. Today, he must step down now. He's messing up, and it's sad. And then Mkoma Gloss says, you reported some months ago on millionaire Skosana, who was abducted by Russians, a billionaire, not a millionaire. I don't want to talk to Skosana. I don't want to be followed because everyone is watching him. Protest. There's no protest, no need to protest. The people from SADC has already protested. Guys, 10 countries are not participating in the SADC Industrialization Week. And today, Namibia, what they've done, they've sent one of their people to talk about the arrested people. So let me show you the guy who's just arrived. Let's see if I can find his picture. So this is Virginia Mabiza here. And the guy you see on the left here is from Namibia, the Attorney General of Namibia. Everyone in SADC is aware of what's happening with the arrested people. There is no one who wants Mnangagwa to continue with what he's doing. And countries are protesting against Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa's chairmanship is the worst embarrassment for SADC. SADC has made a mistake, and that is because Elias Mahosi and the people who is working with at SADC Secretariat, they do not understand the gravity of the situation. What has happened with Mnangagwa, with the SIOM report, is the worst thing that can ever happen. That someone is got a SIOM report that is negative, he refuses to attend to it, he refuses to talk to the elders, and then you make the person chairperson. You are going to see the impact of that action with what is happening now. What has happened today with 11 countries boycotting the SADC Industrialization Week. And the 150 companies that are going to be presenting here are mostly Zimbabwean companies. The speakers are just SADC people in Mnangagwa. That is how it is. There is no one else who's coming to these things that are being hosted by Mnangagwa. So I want to end it here. 10 minutes is enough for the evening. I'll be back in the morning with the news. Please go and look at the video we did this morning if you still want to see me talking. I did 40 minutes in the morning. So let me get some rest and then we'll talk in the morning. There is a lot that is happening around us. And this week is going to be very, very important. But before I go, I want to express my unhappiness with these guys. This is Utaonashe. Yeah, he is, I think, Evangelical Fellowship of Zimbabwe. And this is Mtendi. Today, they held a meeting in Masvingo. They did not mention for a second that we've got 78 people that have been arrested, that have been sitting in jail for the past 40 days. They've been quiet. And these are the people that we expect to talk to Mnangagwa and say to him, release people, do not arrest people. So Mtendi and Utaonashe, they're over there in Masvingo, just talking as if everything is normal in our country. Our religious leaders are complacent with what's happening in Mnangagwa. But what you're going to watch is everything falling apart from Mnangagwa going forward. So everything's going to be falling apart from Mnangagwa. You're going to see it in front of our face. And everyone who is participating in this thing that is happening is going to be part of the fall. So Utaonashe and Mtendi, watch them very closely. Watch what is going to happen to them. It's said what's happening in Zimbabwe. And unfortunately, the people that are supposed to act are afraid to act. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be back in the morning at 5 a.m. Please join me for the morning broadcast when we give you all the news. And let's watch what happens with this SADC Industrialization Week. It's collapsing before it starts. And that is something that we predicted. No one is going to participate in the thing that Mnangagwa is trying to run without addressing the local problems. So thank you very much, everybody.